Getting ready? Are we doing this? Basic Bros podcast. This is it.
So 3, 2, 1. I'm done. You know what? I'm going to bed.
Okay, whatever.
Whatever. Basic bros.
Basic Bros podcast. Today's episode is sponsored by WordPress. Not really, but we're just going to pretend it is.
That's
Good
cool.
old coffee. Totally. I got a story for the week. Bitcoin prices went up, and I got a phone call from my pops who's heavily invested. He bought a car with his revenue from Bitcoin. Not a crazy car. It was only like or whatever, but it was all paid for by his income from Bitcoin purchases. So he bought a Toyota RAV4, like a 2018 model, which for him I got to give him props because he's never one to buy a new car. So he's loving this whole Bitcoin thing. But yeah, super happy, super impressed. Hopefully one day we get to a point where I'm buying a car too. Who knows?
Did you hear about that? Did you hear about that guy who invested literally everything? He had
his whole
Bitcoin?
family?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, so my dad, same thing. He's like, I got an offer. He owns his plot, like his land of his store. And some random dude wants to buy it off him for like $6 or something. And my dad's like, if I sell it, what do you think I should do with the money? And my answer to him was, just put it all in Bitcoin. He's like, that's exactly what I was thinking. And I'm like, yo, calm down. I was kind of joking. I'm like, put some of it in Bitcoin, but not the whole thing. So if he sells, his plan is to put between a third to a half of that money into Bitcoin itself. And they're predicting that by the end of the year, I was just telling Owen this actually, they're predicting that by the end of the year, Bitcoin will hit 10K. And the experts, the true Bitcoin experts, the one that were saying this stuff the whole time, are saying that Bitcoin will eventually hit $100,000 per coin. This is late future though, not in the next coming year or anything. But yeah, it's crazy, these digital currencies. It's just crazy how this is happening. I don't understand the full logistics of it, but as long as it's making me money, I'm happy.
Dude, that's a huge mug, Joe.
Yes?
Mug. Yeah.
Oh, it's just perspective.
Who has the biggest mug right now?
I think definitely Joe. I just have a small cup.
Put it next to your head.
I think Joe's is just... Unless he just has a smaller head.
Yeah, I got a pretty big head.
Mine just has a giant head. I think this is... I don't know how big this is. I think this is like a liter.
Jesus.
Maybe.
That's crazy.
I don't know.
So what did you guys get up to this week? Owen was in town this week, right? That's when we filmed the last episode.
That was last week.
That was last week.
That was last week, dude. Stop.
Did you talk about your
Stop
trip,
tripping.
Did you talk about what you did in Vancouver?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Fair enough. Sorry, guys. It's been a long week for me. I was away, and I just got back yesterday. And I'm still sick. I got a sore throat. Fucking weather killed me.
I heard it's raining like crazy in Vancouver.
Oh, apparently it was torrential rains while I was gone.
Yes. Even... When was it? Even when Owen was visiting, I think? I want to say that.
I think the day I flew away, it started raining that night. Or that's what I heard. And then it just got worse from there.
Yeah. It's
so luckily I missed most of the rain.
Yeah, right? It's like before there were reports or police or city telling people to clean their gutters or whatever, the drains in front of their shop, stores, or homes or whatever of leaves because it was causing flooding everywhere.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah, my gutter nearly collapsed, and mine was super clean. The water just couldn't go through fast enough, which is crazy. While we were away, my buddy's wife sends a photo. Her car was flooded. And we're like, what? Like, what did she do? Like, throw it into river? Like, none of us
What
knew
do you
that
mean when a car is flooded?
Dude,
Did water get into it?
The water level was higher than her door, like where the bottom part of her door was.
Oh.
So water had gone into the car. And when she had to get to the car, she had to take her shoes off, roll up her jeans, and she's like, the water was up to the bottom of her calves to get to her car, wherever it was parked. But it was crazy. And then we found photos later of, like, people just parked on the sidewalk, same issues.
You should upload a picture and put it. Wait.
I'll ask
put
him
it
to
here.
send me the photo. If he does, I'll put it in the spot. Yeah, I'll put it in our highlight section. Or, yeah, the spot. Cool story. Cool story.
Are you calling your own story a cool story?
Well,
That's
usually
cool
you
story.
say that, so I'm just...
Why are you stealing my line, dude?
Because it's a good line. It's a good line.
That's
I don't
cool
like
story,
stealing
bro.
it. So what happened this week, other than Bitcoin going up?
eCoin. Heard of that?
What's eCoin?
Joe's been watching too much Mr.Robot.
Yes, I have, and it is amazing. And you just started watching Mr.Robot, right?
Yes, started watching season 1 yesterday. I think I already saw like 3 or 4 episodes. It's pretty good.
You like it or what? Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you like about it? The realism, for one?
Yes. I like how you're just talking
no
to
more
me.
pixel enhancing
Pixel
from
enhancing.
mirrors, you know, like in CSI. It's like a, 40 by 40 pixel image that they have. And they're like, let's enhance it. Because I see like a reflection in a nail or something.
Yeah. Oh, is that what? I never
like
seen CSI, but that's kind of the typical cliche, right? You pull up an image, it's like, can you enhance it? And then it renders like a way better image.
Yeah, exactly.
That's stupid.
Or like stuff about like firewalls, and they're like, oh, we have to do this and this with the firewall and something.
Yeah.
They're just talking about random mumbo jumbo, like throwing in so-called keywords to make them sound techy, but it's like it makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah. I like how it got just like a lot of the other TV shows nowadays. It's kind of got like a few storylines going simultaneously. There's obviously the guy, and then there's Mr. Robot, and then there's what's that guy's name? The rich guy at Evil Corp. Though I always wonder, and you probably already know this because you're way ahead in the show, it kind of feels like he's talking to like reflections, right? It kind of reminds me of Fight Club. Like you never know if the other characters are real.
Say.
Especially the hacker characters. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of quite a few shows. Have you guys seen Little Big Lies?
Big Lies?
Yeah, it's on HBO here, so I don't know how you guys can watch it over in Canada.
Little Big Lies. I don't know if I've heard of it.
It's like the world's most intense non-action drama. It's just basically about like the lives of these rich women who lives in Monterey, which is actually right off the coast here.
Okay, yeah.
But like they have like internal drama inside their family, between their relationships. On the surface, they're all like really good friends, but deep inside, they're all really messed up because they're super rich or whatever. It kind of reminded me of what the rich guy's life is, right? Because on the surface, he has a wife, he's successful, he has a company, but he's actually gay and like all this stuff, right?
Word.
Or at least to what I watched, like 3 or 4 episodes in. But yeah,
I will check it out because it seems to have high ratings on all the different platforms for movie and miniseries / TV reviews. It's actually based on a bestseller by Leanne Moriarty. So
yeah,
should be pretty good. I will check it out.
It's like, it's kind of like, I never seen Gossip Girls, but I know roughly what it is about. It's kind of like that, but in like a dark, twisted way. It's like these girls are like hanging out because they're rich and they all come from similar backgrounds, but deep beneath that, there's like so much drama and tension, and like it's super intense.
Well,
you never expect it.
They actually filmed it in Monterey too, so it's not just only based in Monterey. They filmed it there.
You think they filmed it in Vancouver, right? And just renamed it Monterey.
Like everything else.
Joe, we went to Monterey when we visited Owen.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
Hot as hell that day. I remember.
It was, but it was
it's a really nice town.
Yeah. It was a beautiful place.
Sure.
I wouldn't mind living there.
Yeah, it was really nice. Really nice city. I really enjoyed Monterey. So check out Little Big Lies or
and Mr.Robot.
Big Little Lies. It's Big Little Lies.
Oh, okay. Big Little Lies.
Big Little Lies. Yeah.
And then they have like these super famous actors in there, right? Like you see them around all the time. I don't remember their names because I can't recall actor and actress
names.
Well,
I will tell you because, dude, how do you not remember Nicole Kidman?
Yes, she's
Reese
in there.
Witherspoon.
And then there's another one who's super famous. Yeah.
Wow.
Laura Dan?
I'm terrible at it. I told you.
Or Dan. Jeez, dude. How do you not remember those names? They're like proclaimed actresses that you see in like top-notch stuff. That's funny.
That's why I had to point out that I literally can't recall people's names, especially like actresses. I know them by their face, but yeah.
Damn, Nicole Kidman, she just ruined herself, didn't she?
What happened?
What do you mean?
Like, she looked so much better before all that plastic surgery and Botox. Like, have you seen photos of Nicole Kidman, like, maybe, like, 10 years ago versus Nicole Kidman now? Her face is doing that Renee Zellweger thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm looking at pictures right now. Maybe we can put some up.
She was so hot. Now she's, like, not... I don't think I could use any of maybe if I do a Google screenshot of all the images.
Yeah, just do like a Google search.
Yeah.
But yeah, she actually looked really good in the show. She was like really classy and like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was super hot back in the day.
Didn't she? She used to be married to Tom Cruise, right?
Yeah.
Or they used to date
really?
or something.
Which makes me wonder which one's more crazy. Tom Cruise or Nicole Kidman?
Tom Cruise is pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
Have you guys seen him recently? Like the stuff he's doing recently? He's just like, I got so much money. I look super handsome. I'm just gonna make my own movies, right? Like The Mummies was.
What about his latest movie?
The Mummies was
one like American something.
Oh my god! Oh, I don't know about that, but the Mummy one, I just randomly watched that because me and my friend were just looking for. We had nothing to do. We were just looking for something to watch.
You saw it in
on
theaters?
PlayStation. No. I had PlayStation credit, so I just used $4 of it to. We stopped watching like halfway through.
I heard it was pretty bad. I saw the trailer.
Was horrible.
At first, I thought it was going to be great, but then I guess not. I saw the rating. I was like, I'm not going to watch it.
You thought The Mummy would be great?
It was so bad that the original Mummy movie that was with that, what's his name? Brendan. Was it
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, Brendan Fraser was better.
That guy's awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
better than that.
It's you have to remember, like, they've camped that shit up. It's like so campy now, right? Even after.
What do you mean campy?
Anything after the Mummy 1. So like Mummy 2, Mummy 3, it was all downhill from there.
Those ones were all better than this one. This one
no way.
They overdid.
Mummy 3 is better than the new Mummy.
Dude, because like it fell in the series. It's almost like this Mummy that they did. They tried to do like the equivalent of like what they did with the Dark Knight versus all the other Batmans, but they failed horribly. You know, like they tried to make it more dark and they tried to make it more awesome, but instead they just made it shitty storyline, lose attention quick.
Wait, is this the new one?
Yeah, like just it had nothing to it that really was awesome.
Yeah, so my expectation for it was gonna be like Mission Impossible plus like Mummy as the main villain or whatever, right? That was my expectation going in watching the trailer, but apparently it's not even close to that. Because at least Mission Impossible is a good action flick, right? There's not much like realism or like story to it, but like hey, for an hour and a half, I get a pretty good action kick out of it. But
totally. The first one had a lot of story to it. That's what I love, is if they put enough effort into story, you can still make a good action movie. But sometimes what they do is they think like they just got to give you action every 5 or 10 minutes, like things blowing up.
Like the latest Fast and Furious movies.
Yes, which I actually did see in theaters.
I saw it. It wasn't that bad, but at one point...
Are you kidding?
You watch Fast and Furious for a reason. There's like no other reason to watch it other than
exactly.
There's cars.
So it's known for it's like cars and nonstop
action.
I know,
but don't say it wasn't that bad. Like it wasn't that bad of a movie.
It did so well across the world in box offices.
Yeah, it's like people like you just want to see those cars.
That's the point of the movie. That's like going to Expendables and being like, hey, they don't have good lines.
Yeah,
you know?
That's true.
Or hey, I expected walking out crying after watching Expendables because the story was just so emotional, right? But just for stupid fun. But even for that, even going in with that expectation, I actually got like action fatigue halfway during that movie. What was it called? Fast and Furious. Like at one point, I was like, just like, holy shit! I've been watching action nonstop for the past like hour. Because it's just literally one thing after another. I was like shit blowing up everywhere, cars like crashing into each other. I was just like, I'm actually gonna fall asleep during this movie. And then I think it was a point where Jason Statham's character came out and started rescuing the baby on the plane or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, now it's pretty interesting. And then because he didn't die, because there's a plot twist, right? Spoilers alert. And then that kind of got me engaged again. At one point, I was like, holy shit, I've seen so much action for the past hour. I'm just going to zone out. But, yeah.
That's funny. Question.
Oh.
What do you guys think about this whole Jeremy Lin hairdo debate? You guys hear about this? You guys know Jeremy Lin, the basketball player? You guys are both Asian.
That guy.
Yeah. So Jeremy braided his hair, right? Like just braided his hair back and got and this has happened to many people. Like anybody who's not white, okay?
Okay, I see.
Or not black who braids their hair suddenly gets torn out for it. It happened to this girl a long time ago who was like maybe 18 at the time, and she was a young model. And she just posted on her Instagram, like, herself with braided hair. And people just gave her crap for it.
Really?
And at what point does, like, a race own a hairstyle? Because, like, people were braiding their hairs before black people were in general. Not that I have hate towards black people or anything, but I just think it's ridiculous to dictate.
What do you mean before black people in general?
Because,
what does that even mean? You might want to cut that part out.
No.
Do you mean before they were people, Mahyar?
Well, let me explain.
The fuck are you saying?
You don't let me finish my sentence, and then you're gonna like scold me. What are you? The race that's hating on the thing too? Okay, black people have a huge problem apparently with other races braiding their hair. It's an actual thing. You can look it up. Or I'm not just talking out of my ass. Maybe not every single black person. I'm sure there's people who are reasonable who are like, yo, I don't care, whatever. But he's getting like a lot of heat for it, even from other NBA players. They're like, you got to take your braids out, blow up. Which I think is ridiculous because it's like, since when does a race own a hair color or hair property or whatever it may be? And then it got further extended, where just this past week, Latinos or Latinas or whatever, so Latin people, are claiming that big hoop earrings are like theirs. So like if you wear big hoop earrings, it's like you're trying to intimidate Latina people or
Where
Latin.
the hell are you getting your news from?
I know.
Like the biggest non-issue news of all time.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly the point. Is why do we make these things issues? It's just hair, it's just earrings, and yet people care, like, people are, like, scolding these poor people over this shit on social media. Like, what do you think? What do you think? Do you think Jeremy Lin could braid his hair or not? Like, do you think that's even an issue? Do you even care?
Clearly,
No.
we don't.
Clearly not, right?
I don't give two shits.
Like a normal person should not care, right? But it's a huge thing in the NBA right now. Now everybody's kind of like, oh shit, like what can I do with my hair? What can I put in my ears? Just be yourselves and don't worry about other people. Is like the point of this.
I gotta look this up because this really
honest.
doesn't sound.
This sounds like fake news.
Thing.
You know what, dude?
Hashtag fake
I
news.
do my research. I don't care. I do my research. You could say it's fake news. I don't care. It's legit. I obviously wouldn't mention it otherwise. But he's been getting scolded. Like, this happened, like, I think last week or the week before. It's ridiculous. Like, just social media is just getting too crazy with this. What's it called? PC? Is that what it is?
Politically correct.
Oh.
Yes. Like, but, like, this isn't even politically correct. This is, like, extremely... This is just taking it to, like, everything is racism now. Everything is racist.
Oh, yeah.
Can't braid your hair. Can't put hoops
So actually,
in your
I
ears.
wouldn't be surprised about
Like-
that. Like, everything's being taken to the extreme.
Yeah,
And that's why sometimes you lose
crazy.
faith in humanity, right? We're supposed to go to space, conquer other planets. But instead, we're just, like, arguing over, like, super stupid shit. Like, oh, one race owns another hair. Whatever. Yeah, maybe one day we'll realize we're all like humans. Like that's the race, right?
Exactly.
Once we find some other life on some other planet.
Trying to destroy us.
Exactly.
That's
People
what it'll take.
Are so keen on separating race by skin color, but what they don't realize is skin color is just pigment. It's not. It doesn't dictate your race. Race is like, yeah, exactly, humans. That's the race. You could say that, like...
It's going to be like Independence Day.
I didn't get the reference.
As in...
Because when aliens invade, you're all together as one.
That's
Dude, how was there... What's there not
Sorry,
to
I didn't know
get?
where you were going with that.
Did you,
That was
did
pretty
you watch
funny.
Independence Day?
Correlation. Yeah, but I just didn't see... I didn't see where you were going with the Independence Day thing. But I get it now.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just weird. I feel bad for the guy because it's like you can't even do anything now. What do we all need? A PR person? Like, do I need to call a PR person before I get a haircut and be like, hey?
No, because no one
hairstyle
cares
okay now?
about you. But he's in the news and
Yes.
he's like so-called role model for all the little kids and blah blah blah.
Yeah, nobody
So,
cares about me. But
the
if I'm
spotlight.
seen by like if I walk down the street with braids in my hair and a black dude sees me, he tells me if that's okay or that's not okay or what.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Doesn't mean everyone's right, but they are entitled to their opinion.
I guess.
I want to see like I don't know, the Chinese super old like wise master ninja kung fu master person with the really long beard.
That's a stereotype.
I want that to come back.
Why
Or
don't
not
you
even
start-
come
Isn't
back.
that already back?
I just want to see that in real life.
Why don't you just
Oh,
do it yourself?
instead of in the movies.
Oh,
Why don't you grow
because
it?
it isn't. Well, I don't want to dye it white. First of all,
You don't
second
have
of all,
to.
it'll take. Well, you sort of have to. It has to be white, or else you don't look like a kung fu master.
So, since we're talking about facial hair, why is it really rare for Asians to grow facial hair kind of like what Mahyar has right now?
Because you guys can't grow it that thick.
Yeah, exactly. We don't have hair here, period. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
I only shave like here, and here.
I grow a goatee, or I don't know what you
I
call
don't
it.
even
It's
grow
like,
that.
It's like this, a big square here, and then like it's patchy here, and then there's like a hole here. So it's weird.
So far, I only met one Asian person. He's Chinese. One Chinese person one of my friends who can grow like beard here. What do you call these, sideburns or whatever?
Complete
Yeah.
mutton chops. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
like exactly what Mahyar has.
Okay.
Probably a
I'm
little bit
mutton
less
chops,
because
yeah. Mutton
this
chops go
motherfucker is
down
hairy
here.
as fuck.
Yeah,
I
and
used
it's
to
really
have-
thick
I
and
used to have
stuff.
that.
Yeah, like he can grow like proper facial hair. Every time I grow my facial hair out, I just look like some weird, perverted, creepy dude.
That's funny.
It's got like a little thing here. It's like,
That's
But
funny. I haven't shaved. I'm not shitting. I mean, I trim my beard with a buzzer, but I haven't shaved my face in full. I kid you not. It's been at least over 11 or 12 years. So
What?
I've always had.
Oh, but you trim it shorter,
Yeah,
right?
I trim it shorter. But
Okay.
I've always
So
had
you don't
some
shave
sort of
clean.
beard or facial hair
Mm.
for like the past 12 years. But like this,
So maybe-
you know?
Maybe for the sake of our podcast, you should grow what Joe is talking about, except
No.
you're Persian, but you're going to have that ninja master look.
No.
Yeah. Oh,
No.
You would
That's
look-
not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
So the weird thing, going back to what I was saying earlier, so in history, there's a lot of Chinese characters. If you read history books, not characters, but like in the history books, there are a lot of people with like really grown out facial hair, right? And then if you look at paintings of like Chinese people from the past, they have like fully grown out
yeah.
facial hair,
And it's
like
always
from
like
the
flowing
side
in the
and
paintings.
yeah,
It's like flowing
and
in
then
the
you're
wind
like you're
everywhere.
supposed to do like this with your beard or whatever. But now, like modern Chinese people, like we can't even grow that shit out
What happened?
for some reason.
Yeah, but if you look at those paintings, all of those hair things, they usually start like here. They're never from like all the way up here. You know what I mean? They start like down. You
But
know?
A
yeah,
lot of
at
it
least they
is
have,
just
like,
like
side.
this part, and then it just
Oh.
grows
Interesting.
from
Yeah.
this part.
That might be what it is then. Maybe it is my facial hair just like really grown out.
But there are, at least in the movies and stuff like that, it is like a full-on beard for like the super ancient guys that will like kick your ass, even though they're like walking with a cane.
Let me search
So
it
the-
out. Oh,
the
it's-
coolest beard I've ever seen, and I swear I kind of want to rock this. Look up this UFC referee. He's probably also like some sort of jiu-jitsu dude. His name is Mike Beltran. Beltran. Look up his beard with the braids. That's what I want to rock one day. It's literally like, it's actually like a little
Oh, really?
bit.
Interesting.
Dude, when he's refereeing, I can't even pay attention to the fight because these things are swinging in the back.
Wait, what's his name?
And you're
Mike.
It's,
Mike
it's
Beltran.
it's a little bit like a Viking.
Beltran. It's more than a Viking. It's like
Oh.
freaking
Holy
like
shit.
Viking
That's
times
crazy.
a million.
Wait, does
This
he actually
guy's-
fight?
That's amazing.
Or is he a
Usually,
coach?
usually UFC or fighting coach or fighting referees have experience fighting or whatever. I'm sure he used to be in like jiu-jitsu or something like
Because
that.
he
but never
fights, I'm
fought-
just gonna pull on his beard, right? And just like
Yeah,
pull him
he
over
never-
and punch him in the face.
He never fought in the UFC or anything,
I
but
see.
he probably did have fighting
That's
experience. But yeah, he's a ref in the UFC, and for like,
That's pretty
that
cool.
kind of
So,
yeah, he's crazy.
so Joe, I think you're
Badass.
right. I was looking up, like, I searched Chinese masters
Mhm.
to see the beard. So it's actually true. Like the paint, if you look closely at the paintings, they do actually only grow out like the beard here and then the beard on the bottom. They just grow it out really long, so you don't
Yeah.
notice the gap like on the side.
Yeah.
So
There you
it
go.
is a Chinese people thing, I guess. Like we only grow out like here and here most of the time. Very few
Mhm.
people have like sideburns and all this kind of stuff.
I think
So-
what makes it look like they have sideburns is they grow all their hair really long, and then they let this part hang down. I
Oh
think.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
always
yeah.
see that swirl
'Cause-
from
'cause-
their
Because I think
Like
they grow
here.
here.
Yeah, their sideburns.
Yeah.
Their
So-
sideburns come out.
Yeah, traditionally in China, like you're not supposed to cut your hair ever, because it's supposed to be a thing where it's like, oh, your parents gave you like your body, your hair, so you shouldn't cut it or like hurt it or anything like that. So people just grew out their hair like everywhere, even their beards and everything.
What about their fingernails? Do they trim those?
So I think I actually read about that. Apparently, some people don't, but I imagine they
How
trim
do they
it at
function
some
in
point.
in life?
Yeah, I don't know.
Do they
Maybe-
like scratch bark?
Maybe old
To
Chinese
keep
people
them-
just had like really long fingernails. I don't know.
That's gross.
That's pretty gross.
They start curling and stuff
Yeah,
everywhere.
Okay, that would not be functional. I think
No,
they're
it
bad.
wouldn't.
They probably trimmed their fingernails.
It's funny. Joe, are you using that new mic?
I am.
How is it?
I don't know. You tell me.
You sound clearer. We all got new mics. You guys,
I like your webcam.
Viewers,
Though.
I was using this mic
the mic-
last week.
Owen has. The mic Owen has?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you guys
Yeah,
were together. That's right.
We did the one, yeah.
So we were told that Owen sounds a lot sexier than the rest of us, and it's because he has this
Boom.
mic. I'm not using it today because I haven't had the setup yet.
Maybe it's
but
just because of
we
his
all got
voice.
this mic.
Yeah, maybe I just have
Well,
a
that
sexy
too.
voice.
He does have a sexy
Is
voice.
that your sexy voice?
But we figured we would all try to sound alike, so we all upgraded to...
So
this mic.
if I ever do a
Cool.
YouTube channel spin-off, I'm gonna name my channel Sexy Voice Owen.
Sure, dude, whatever works. You're gonna get a lot of creepy people following you. You're gonna get... What's that? There's a sexual thing with people who have an... Yeah. Like everything from bubble wrap to
Like a fetish
whispers
kind of
and
thing?
stuff
Like an
that.
audio
My
fetish?
friend was telling me
Yeah,
about
it's
this.
creepy.
What the hell is ASMR? And they're like, it's when
this.
like your certain noises
Maybe-
turn you on. And I didn't get that.
Maybe to grow our channel, we should appeal
To
to
the
to the
ASMR.
song.
Hold on.
Maybe we should all
Hold on,
start
let me take a
whispering.
piece of paper and crumple it.
I
Ooh.
don't- Is it actually
I'm
like
gonna start
a
whispering
sexual
into
thing?
my
I always thought it's
Yeah.
just something enjoyable and like relaxing for the person.
Yeah, I'm sure there's that factor too, but there's like also a sexual factor to it as
Mm.
well. So there's two sides. Kind of like people who like to watch videos of pimples and cysts popping.
Alright, this is
That's
getting
weird.
really weird.
You haven't heard
There's-
about that? Dude, look it up
Are
on YouTube.
popping.
There's channels
Go to Reddit.
dedicated.
Subreddit popping.
There's channels dedicated with
We'll put a
millions
link.
of views.
We'll put a
Millions
giant
of
link.
views,
Or let's
right?
let's put a live video up in the fuck. I don't know where I'm
we
pointing.
can't
like
we
here.
can't put other people's videos up, but
We'll just make our
Just,
full
just
screen
edit
link.
it. Just edit it a little
A
bit.
link.
Because I think
And
We'll put a
annotate it.
link.
isn't the
We'll
rule
definitely
that
put a
if you
link.
edit more than 70% or whatever of the video, if you put like a really zoomed in version of their video, you can do it, right?
They can still catch
Or maybe
that,
just
like,
flip it.
for
A lot of
monetization.
people just
Yeah,
flip it.
you could do things like that. You could also do watermarks on top if you want to.
Yeah.
But that still doesn't guarantee. Like if you
Interesting.
get flagged, you get flagged.
I mean, we can mention their video in our description. It's like, oh,
We will,
featuring-
yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll put
featuring
all those
pimple
links
popping.
in the description for sure.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
It's fucking weird. I
is-
never want to look that up.
Oh man, there's some
So-
strange subreddits out there.
Oh my god, let's not even get into that. So tomorrow, I'm gonna go start lining up outside the Apple store.
Oh, for the new phone or what?
No, I'm not actually gonna do it, but I heard people are actually gonna do it this time because apparently the supply is very limited this time for the iPhone 10.
The X.
Really?
They
Is it-
call it the
wait.
10 specifically. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
weird.
Like you're not supposed to
Always
refer to it as an X. So when they
Oh.
had their announcement, they invited a bunch of press people to interact with the phone, try it out, and there's like Apple people there after the conference. And then they specifically told people, "Hey, don't call it the X," because everyone obviously was referring to it as an X. But they're
That
like,
sounds
"No,
like the
no, guys,
dumbest thing ever.
it's a 10."
Yeah, if they're stupid.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, if you live under a rock,
What?
or you
What are you-
don't know the Roman numerals.
I don't know where Myers goes.
So you're saying that it makes sense that it is not called the iPhone X, but
the 10.
I think it
that's
should
supposed to
called
be
the
common
iPhone
sense.
10.
Whoa,
Yeah.
I think you're the only person who's like that. Everyone
Yeah.
else is like
Did
trying
you
to
guys
correct
not
themselves
study
over.
Roman numerals or what?
No, we
Okay,
know.
then that's like saying if it's iPhone 8, it should have been iPhone VII.
Yeah.
It just
Oh.
makes no sense.
Well, if they decide to brand it like that, that's up to them, right?
So traditionally, they called it by the number, and they had the actual
course,
number,
yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
I think to everyone's logic, if they
It
wanted
would be a
to
number.
refer the iPhone X as iPhone 10, they should call it iPhone 10, right? Instead of the iPhone X.
I hear you.
Exactly.
Do you want to know
I think
why
that's
I
a
think they
logic.
didn't do that? To be different and sound like, oh, iPhone 10 with an, you know, like.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
That's
And
why
then
everyone
also-
thought.
Also, so they don't
point,
lose
dude.
two.
I think
so
this
they
is the
don't lose
highlight
two
of our
digits.
video right here.
But
Mahyar
here's
just tripping
what
the
I'm
fuck
going to
out.
ask you. Here's what I'm going to ask you next. So the next one that they do, like let's say it's iPhone 11 or I don't know what.
Yeah.
Are they going to do XI or are they going to do 1?
I don't know. That's the thing.
Exactly, that's the screwed up thing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they fucked themselves. The
And
whole
then also-
system
We're
makes
gonna find
no sense now.
Yeah,
And they're
also-
skipping numbers that makes no
Right.
sense.
So next year, are they gonna release the iPhone 8s or 8 Plus and the iPhone 11? Like, I don't fucking know. It's gonna be so.
It might be
weird.
like X1 or X2.
Yeah.
I think at this point, yeah, they're catering to different niche markets. They know not everyone's going to buy the highest end crazy phone that they want them to buy.
They're
So
basically
gonna make
segmenting their market.
Yeah, they're separating their own market because they know, like, Mahyar's not going to spend $1,000 on a phone, but Owen is. But Mahyar might spend $800 on his iPhone 8.
But the
Which I
naming
still
scheme,
won't.
that makes even less sense then if they're trying to segment, you know, and then they're naming something the X, or visually it's X, but then saying it's 10, then if that's another segment, then what happens to the first segment? Because, you know what I'm saying?
I can
No,
totally
I totally hear you.
picture
I
that
get
corporate
that
meeting
factor.
in my head. They're
Yeah.
just like all sitting around a fucking meeting room. It's like, oh, what should we name our phone? What about we call it the 10, but we replace it with an X? And
That's
then-
like trying to be cool with like
Yeah, that's
G
exactly what it
Generation
was. It was
X
just marketing.
way
It
back
was
in the
just
90s, you know?
marketing, right?
And then last minute they probably couldn't decide. They're like, all right, fuck it, let's just go with this. And that's the story of naming the iPhone 10.
Maybe that's the compromise.
Yeah.
All right, we'll give you your X, but we'll still call it the 10.
But I think on the price, right? The way I see it is that like if you actually create video content, they actually have a pretty badass camera in there, right? Like it actually makes really. I'm actually having a really hard time justifying for a new camera when phone cameras are getting so good, right? And I spent like almost $3,000 on my last camera. I got a mini Sony camera that's like actually a full frame. It's super portable and whatever. But now I can't justify spending that much money for a newer camera because the cameras on phones are just getting so good, right?
There's like a, what do you call it? A peak, essentially. Where it's like if you're a professional, then of course you're going to invest money in lenses and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Because
I
a
was
phone
just gonna say.
won't replace that. But for the average person, or
Yeah.
you know, they don't need a DSLR with like a macro and like 3-4 other lenses.
And then,
you know?
Totally.
and then when I get the iPhone 10, I'm thinking about creating actual video content with it, right? Because it shoots in 4K in like 60 frames per second. That's better than a lot of the DSLRs people are using to create video content on YouTube. Right?
You don't need to shoot in 60 frames per second.
Yeah,
though.
I'm gonna
That's
do a
over.
30 frame per
Oh, yeah.
second, but I might not even
Videos
do
are going to
4K.
be huge.
But the camera is like awesome, right?
Does
Yeah.
the phone even have enough storage?
So that's another thing. So even though they finally moved their base storage to 64, because unlike Android phones, you can expand the storage afterwards with a memory card, right? So the iPhone 10 starts at 64 gigs, but because it does like fucking 4K videos and all that stuff, you actually have to, if you use that feature, which I hope people who get it do, because like otherwise you should just stick to a lower end phone, honestly. But if you use that feature, 64 gig is not a lot of storage, right? And then to get the next one up, which I think is 128, you got to spend even more money, like $150 more, I think, or $120 more. And then you're paying like $1,150 for a fucking phone.
Is there like a 256 or something like that?
I don't think they even had the option. So
Oh,
technically, if they were really nice and pro-consumer, they would have done a phone where it's like 128 gigs as a base. Because, I mean, it's a fucking phone with 4K camera. And then a 256 as an upgrade, right? And then that's like the pro model where like if you actually do video content, go shoot whatever the hell you want with it, right? But nope. I'm just happy they didn't release the base model as a 16 gig phone, right? Because I would not be surprised if they did that. Because I think they still do their smaller MacBooks with 4 gigs of RAM. I'm going to sound super geeky right now, but like 2017, 4 gigs RAM is not okay, right? Even 8 gig, I would consider not okay. Holy shit. Mahyar, your other phone just dropped.
I'm going to have to fix this. I'll be right back.
We can cut this part out. By the way, quick time check. I actually got a bounce in like 6 minutes. So maybe he shouldn't fix it.
Yeah. Mahyar, come back.
Whatever. He's gone.
But
I'll just tell him when he comes back. I'll just be like, hey,
I completely agree though. Like back when I bought my laptop right now, 2011, I put 8 gigs on it because I knew in like 2-3 years that would be the norm.
Yeah.
Now it's like 8 gigs is the minimum.
Yeah.
And even for like tiny like MacBook Air, probably that's what it should be.
Holy shit. Wow.
I had put it under my pillow because I thought it would stay quieter and darker.
Why didn't you just face it down, dude?
I did, but I'm like, I'll put it under the pillow just in case there's noise or something. I didn't know it was going to overheat.
Guys, and this is the person we're doing our podcast with. FYI. Puts his fucking phone under a pillow. But to your credit, yeah, iPhone overheating, that's pretty dumb. Just be glad that it didn't blow up or like light your bedroom on fire or something.
Oh, it's back on. I'll just fix it.
So I had that problem in summer times when I put it in the car.
That's weird.
And I play music and then stream Google Maps with it.
Wait, were you in the car, or is this like you're outside the car and it's just heating up because there's no air conditioning or anything?
Yeah, that. I think it happened to my iPod or my phone that I was using as an iPod.
Okay,
I'm gonna go like super hot.
Put it back.
By the way, dude, don't put it back. Hey, come back. I actually got a bounce in like 4 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
enough.
So we can just finish it up like this. But
okay.
Yeah. But yeah, iPhone overheats, guys. Watch out.
Yeah, especially if you put it under a pillowcase. Sorry.
But it's actually pretty cold in Vancouver right now, right? So I'm surprised. It's not like it's a super hot summer day or some shit.
Yeah, and I live in a basement suite, so it's always cool down here for the most part. So, but I think literally because I put it under the pillowcase, and also I accidentally had the Bluetooth on, so I think it was just like...
Wait, and this is not an older phone that you don't use, right? Like, this is your phone.
This is my iPhone 6, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up. I'm surprised mine haven't overheated. Because I'm actually using my iPhone camera to record.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised because I'm using my iPad's camera and it actually does a pretty good job when I look at it on the editing, like the front facing cam, not even the
not even the back one.
Usually the whatever. But yeah, the new iPhone has two lenses, a telephoto.
Yeah. And
then what's the other?
They had it since the 7, but the new one's supposed to be even better. Also, they improved the front camera, obviously, to get better facial recognition. Or whatever. Yeah, crazy. So the back one is a regular camera, the other one is a telephoto camera.
That's insane.
What do you think of the Pixel? I think it
looks pretty ugly.
Just 2 pixels now. I mean the camera system.
What do you mean 2 pixels? Just put 2
It's something like I don't know the specifics, so don't quote me on this, but they use like 2 two little cameras or something like that. Maybe it might be one, but then they're like just pixels apart from each other, and it's all done digitally with their technology to create like what Apple creates, except it's all digital.
Crazy. I like how they're creating those map algorithms where all the phones and stuff talk to each other, so like it predicts traffic a lot better.
Oh yeah.
Now they're doing the same thing. They want to integrate that with cars. So new models of cars that come out are going to have that same sort of system built into their GPS or mapping system, or it's going to feed off your Bluetooth of your phone to the car. Then other cars are going to be able to tell each other. So let's say I'm a mile down the road and it's sunny or cloudy where I am, but a mile down the road it's raining, and the car ahead down the road has its windshield wipers on and senses the rain. Then my car knows, or like it just knows.
It talks to each other. Right?
It tells them everything, right? From the rain down the street to the sun down the other way to traffic to it's crazy. Yeah. I love this integration of everyone feeding everyone data and information.
Yeah.
I think it's great. So
I would love to talk more about
creepy.
That, but I
know you
bounce.
Gotta go. I just want to know why you have to bounce and where you're going.
I actually don't have time to explain it. I'm grabbing lunch later. What? I'm grabbing lunch with my wife's friend. We're gonna go out for lunch later. But yeah.
Awesome. All right.
Cool.
So let's wrap it up, I guess.
Yes.
Okay. Fair enough. Because I just want to also say one last thing. Owen always has to go. Always.
Because it's a fucking Sunday morning we're shooting this.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, thank you guys for watching Basic Bros Podcast. Really appreciate it. But we would appreciate it even more if you did us a favor. Liked, share, and especially subscribe to our channel. We would really appreciate it. If you are a new viewer, welcome. And if you are an old viewer, thank you for watching again. We will see you next time on Basic Bros Podcast. Peace out.
All right, boom.